Tessa Blanchard returned. PWI confirmed it before she showed up. Jordan Grace has reportedly pushed back on working with Tessa Blanchard in TNA. This comes after Talent got word this past week that she was returning to TNA. But here's the clip. Hopefully we don't get Don Stevens. I'm going to play it. I'll lower the volume and I'll play the clip. We're risking it for the biscuit here at PWT. Get your super chats in or become a member. Support the channel. Consider signing up for Patreon. Use promo code PWTXMIS for 25% off. And yeah, just support this because, yeah, I risk it for the biscuit all the time with these clips. Let's go. Here, I turned it way down. It was a good, decent pop. They had a good house. And then she revealed, like, I'm a woman. Like, at first. Like, I think this was meant to be like, look, I'm actually, like, look at, I have breasts. Maybe I read that wrong, but because it could have been a dude who attacked her for all you knew. Like, because she's fought dudes in TNA. That's why, right? I'm just throwing it out there. But no, it's Blanchard. Chris Connors is always like, oh, would you bring Tessa Blanchard back? I'm always like, sure. A lot of people are triggered by it. She was backstage, cut a little promo. Chat, you can let me know what you guys think. George, are you familiar with Blanchard? Like, does it trigger you? She's back in TNA. Do you care?
No, I don't care. I just wish she would have made some kind of public apology for that. Right. Would have been it. I mean, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, a few wrestlers said that too. We covered it on the show a while back. She just basically was like, not like played victim, but made it sort of like. I think Chelsea Green pointed out. She's like, she said everything except for I'm sorry to everyone and like my bad. You know, so she's saying everything but the thing we want to hear. And so as Saturday Night Main Event continues this great match, here is Eddie Edwards literally getting into a fight with a fan. Okay, now he slaps the fan's phone and drink out of his hand. The drink is whatever. If anyone slaps my phone out of my hand, like, I'll fight you personally. That's like, whoa, you're crossing a line with me. That's not okay. But at the same time, like, it's two men squaring up. The guy slaps the wrestler. You're going to get slapped back and thrown out of the show. So as this match continues, I'm going to play this clip. Let me know if you guys saw this or have seen this, and I want chat to give me their thoughts. George can give me his thoughts. He's an old school wrestling fan. I'm sure people were still trying to stick people on the way back to Gorilla back in your day, but either way, let's see this here and who's in the right, who's in the wrong.
To bring those tag team titles back home.
So that's the dude's phone. Now, if he slapped my phone, I'm not saying like I'm going to start throwing on Eddie Edwards, but I'm going to be like, dude, pick that up right now. If you broke that, bro, you're buying me a new one. Apologize. Like I'd be aggro for sure. Now, I'm not saying I'd put hands on a dude first. I'm not condoning that whatsoever. And that's what this dude does do. But if someone slapped my phone, dude, I'd be mad, bro. That would be like if I wasn't at an event, like, and I didn't have respect for Eddie Edwards, that if it was just some dude who did that to me, I'm sorry, I'd have limited views for that too. But I wouldn't do what this guy does, which is a little pussy slap. So he slaps the phone out of his hand. That to me is fighting right there, but not with a wrestler. I'd have respect for him. It'd be like, dude, but I'd be mad. I'd be like, pick that up right now. Like I'd demand that. I'm not joking. This guy though then bitch slaps Eddie, and then Eddie just smacks him. And the guy had it coming. Both things can be true. I know the wrestlers with the bigger platform are going to defend Eddie here. Like, I know that they're going to defend him, but it doesn't mean that they're automatically right. Like, yeah, you could beat up a fan or whatever. Because, like, it's a slap phone. You can't slap a wrestler, see? And then thank God that ref got in the way. So, yeah, they kick him out of the show. And then Eddie's like, now we're having fun. Now we're having fun. Chat could let me know, like, who's in the right here? I'll play the clip through without talking one more time here so you guys can just see. I'll play it with the audio too. Get YOLO.
It's to bring those tag team titles back home.
Or if that was just his drink, fair game. But someone said it was his phone. So, like, to me, dude, I'd get so mad about that. Sorry, I said I wouldn't pause.
Not making any friends anywhere the system goes.
Our referees trying to gain control of this situation. Eddie Edwards getting involved in the fan here at ringside.
Both things can be true. You can be aggro if someone damages your property, but you also have to be ready to eat a slap and get thrown out if you're going to slap someone who's paid to be there. You know what I'm saying? Like, that guy was paid to be there. You paid to be there.
I think
right?
Eddie knew the guy.
Oh, and it was all staged to get heat. Oh, X-Files.
Because if you look at it, security doesn't throw him out. Since when do referees throw a fan out?
You're right.
Yeah, exactly.
You're right. That's what I kind of thought too. It's like the refs being like, he's out of here. He's out of here.
Never happens.
And it was his phone. And when the guy slapped him, it was like a light slap.
Bingo.
It was so light to where, like, how mad really was he?
Exactly.
Or maybe he's just a guy who's never been in a conflict and didn't realize, like, oh, someone will. Exactly. Northern DC, both are wrong. Exactly. It's like, who's right, who's wrong? That's what I'm getting at. Both things can be true. Like, both people could have up there, you know? Moose is like, welcome back home about Tessa Blanchard. Everyone's melting down in the IWC. I don't really give a shit, bro. Like, she just needs to come out and apologize. But this person, Kelsey, says, woman beater welcoming back a racist and bully. Two disgusting ass people. So I guess Moose is allegedly, you know, I don't know, right? So, and then Moose says, go eat a burger, fatty. And then people just raged on him, like, tag TNA. Yeah, y'all got to get rid of this guy, never drawn a single dollar for the company either. And fat shaming and all of that. Yeah, so people hate on Moose. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't know his outside of the ring stuff. So they're alleging some sort of woman excuse. I don't know what word YouTube likes. If that's true, but I don't know that to be true at all. That's the first I've ever heard of that. And then a racialist. Yeah, I've heard that about Blanchard. And some people were like, well, if she just apologized, it's all good, you know, but it's just the way she treats certain people and stuff. So, hey, who knows? Again, I don't know her. I can't really comment on it. My opinion, though, it's wrestling, bro. They've forgiven worse, and hopefully she apologizes to people who need to be apologized to. That's all I can say. Let's keep ripping through some light news. So after announcing season 6 of Dark Side of the Ring, Vice Media today also announced a brand new MMA spinoff called Dark Side of the Cage, which will premiere in January. I implore you all to watch this. Please, if you guys are fans, if you guys are listeners or in the PWT universe, I do not call you guys fans. That's gross. But if you guys are my listeners, my audience, my friends, my family, if you will, watch this. If you like Dark Side of the Ring, these guys will deliver, and this might turn you into an MMA fan, at least a little bit. Maybe make you a fan of some of these guys or something. Get into the lore a little bit. The storylines are what help, right? This will give you story, man. There's story in MMA. Miscellaneous news. Here's Randy Orton's original finisher. Thank God he switched it to the RKO. That's all I have to say.
Randy, 6'5", 250. Oh, there's that wheelbarrow suplex. Rolls up into the bridge. Pinning combination. He got him. Bring that.
So he would wheelbarrow suplex them, then follow through and pin them. And then someone said, no, that's trash. Do the overdrive. The worst move. That doesn't even make sense. Do that one instead. And then he figured out the RKO, the coolest finisher in history. He had two of the worst finishers in history, and then figured out the coolest one ever.
Randy, 6'5", 250. Oh, there's that wheelbarrow suplex. Rolls up into the bridge. Pinning combination. He got him. Bring that bell. Randy Orton the winner.
So Violent J of Insane Clown Posse has opened a full-time office with Caleb Conley, the Backseat Boys, and Kerry Morton to grow their JCW wrestling brand. They'll be running fairly regular shows in Detroit, etc. And yeah, the Juggalos and Violent J are legit about getting back into wrestling as far as. So I'm not saying like look out for Juggalo Championship Wrestling, y'all, but so Dark Side of the Ring, Vice Media announced that it will return for a 6th season, and one episode is expected to focus on Mick Foley after Jim Ross said he was interviewed about Mick Foley. There will be probably just all of the crazy hardcore he's done. And that will be a very amazing episode. We'll probably already know the details, but it'll cover when The Rock beat him down with the chair and the Hell in a Cell and all of that stuff. So ripping his ear off. And yeah, that'll be a great episode. And then Vince Russo, we all know this, but I just wanted to remind you all, Vince Russo has claimed that Jim Cornette created the NWA National Wrestling Alliance faction in WWE, thinking that it could be WWE's version of NWO. And he said this again, but this has been refuted so many times. However, I don't know, he talked about it again. So he goes, bro, Jim thought it was gonna go over huge, bro. Oh my God. He thought this was gonna, bro, let me tell you, he thought this was gonna be the NWO, bro. Oh yeah, Cornette, let me tell you something about Cornette. Legitimately, he felt that way. Oh yeah. Yeah, bro. I said, all right, roll the dice. Let's see what you got, bro. Further, Russo claimed that the NWA wrestlers were okay with the idea because they were getting paid. Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for Vince Russo and our light news. That was light news and TNA news.